it sounds pretty beefy.
You want me to give you some revs?
Yeah. Wow, holy crap.
Different, huh?
Wow. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Jonathan Golden, and we are here with Julien in the GT4. Thank you so much, Julien, for taking me on a ride. I've never been in a GT4, so this is a great experience. And so, how do you like the manual option versus the PDK?
I mean, I personally love it.
Right.
I'm a manual kind of guy. I mean, like I said, where I'm from, it's like you learn the manual, and when I was a kid, there was not even an option for automatic, as a matter of fact. And so I grew up like just driving manuals and really loving them, and like doing. I know this car is like the automatic rev match.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, like right here, the sport button. But I still like to turn it off and just do it myself, of course, unless I'm really focused on the road, and then I leave it on. But
that's crazy.
I just really enjoy like a manual transmission.
So no heel toe, you just go for it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you have this on, yeah, you can just go for it. Look, I'll show you. So yeah, it does it well for me. But
that's like cheating.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's just like it makes it doesn't offset the chassis, which is kind of convenient.
Yeah.
If you're really going hard and you don't want to have to, because you can easily kind of mess up, your rev match if you give it too much gas or not enough gas.
Right.
And that can offset the chassis. And when you're going hard in the canyons, it's sometimes it's good to have this worry gone.
I know when I was behind you following you in my GT3, I felt like I'm like, oh my god, this is like so intense. I'm like I'm just using my fingers. I'm like, I couldn't imagine you like moving your feet and changing gears.
But as long as I have two working legs, I'm going to drive manuals. That's my motto.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, this thing books it.
It's just like I said, it's not as fast as yours, but it's just it's a different kind of fun, to me.
No, for sure. And it sounds really beefy.
Yeah,
the exhaust was like more, like you said, more like a Harley.
Yeah, I was gonna say like your GT3 is probably more like a super bike, while this is more like a Harley, as far as like being more like growly, instead of a high pitchy. I don't know. It's just a different type of sound.
Right. No, it's quick, yeah. Wow.
There it goes.
Wow. That's awesome. It's always different in the passenger seat.
Oh yeah. I mean, I crap myself when I'm in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
It's so freaking
if you went
scary.
on a ride with me, you'd be
my god, I was like, oh, especially when we were going.
Snake,
yeah, it would have been like insane.
That's how my dad is too. He's just like
yeah. Oh yeah. I remember that video of your dad.
It's funny.
It's a different. It's an all different animal when you sit in the passenger seat.
Yeah, and then you switch driver seat. And you're like, all right, I got it.
It's almost like they need to install brakes on the floor for the passenger.
Right.
Brake. You feel like it.
And then what kind of options do you have? Do you have the ceramic brakes? Do you have the steel?
So steel brakes.
Okay.
I mean, I got the car. I didn't pick the car because I got it used, but this car has like steel brakes. It has like a leather interior. It has the Porsche emblem here, which is just cosmetic.
Right.
It has like what else does it have? It has like the 18-way seats, which are more comfortable. But I picked this option because I'm going for a drive with my kid, and you're not supposed to put like a car seat in the sport buckets.
Oh, okay, got it.
So that's why I got those, and also when I drove the car with the buckets, it actually hurt. Eventually it hurts your back,
Right. Yeah. It's all
it's very comfortable, the sitting position and everything, but eventually it's just
long
harsher.
drive. So it's not gonna really work out.
Yeah. After after 2 hours of driving, I was kind of like feeling it.
Yeah. I drove my car 2 hours yesterday. It was just.
Yeah.
I felt fine. I just felt a little tired. I feel like these kind of cars, you got to be a little more alert. It's $100,000 or more. So you have to be like freaking out. There's a bunch of highway patrol right there.
God damn. They were quite.
They're ready with tow trucks.
Yeah, that's kind of odd. That's weird.
Yeah.
Maybe they're going to do a massive oh wow, that was kind of ballsy. what's going on here? Oh, maybe they're. I don't know. It's weird.
Huh. Yeah. Hopefully, we don't get shut down by the police.
Yeah. Oh, there's a cop over there too, man. What's going on, Neil?
I think they caught on to what we were doing.
Legit crazy right now. Wow, I have never seen that many cops around.
Really?
The
snake.
The snake.
Yeah, it just cruises it. Yeah, there's traffic now. Everyone's awake, I think.
I'm sure they must have like a mission today where they just put like a lot of force here and just to enforce like exhaust and all that stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure there's accidents and stuff all the time here.
Yeah, we'll see.
And then what made you pick the GT4 like compared to the GT3 or other other sports cars?
I mean, like what happened is I rented. I made a mistake. I had an M3 before that, and as I told you, it was a lemon, unfortunately.
Right.
So then I got to Focus RS, which I didn't really like personally. But while I had the Focus RS, I made the mistake, so to say, to find a guy on Turo who rents in LA a GT4 and a GT3. He has both.
Oh, he does.
And
wow.
And I drove.
How much was that? Like,
I think it was like a couple $100 for a weekend, which is, for what it is, it's completely worth it.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah, because you can basically drive. No one's with you. You can do whatever you want, and it's a great deal for what it is, you know.
Yeah.
And the guy is really cool too, you know. So that was nice. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I rented the GT4 and I fell in love. I was like, this is incredible. And even when it first came out, I really liked the idea, you know, of having like a mid-engine and with a Carrera S engine and in it. Sorry, like the Cayman S, like a platform with the Carrera S engine in it, which is really cool, you know, because you get like a special engine in a mid-engine platform. It's really cool. I like the idea.
Right.
And I personally, I'm a big fan of the body of the Cayman.
Right.
I don't like the Boxster, but I like the Cayman. Mm-hmm. And also, the other reason is before I moved here from France, I always told myself that I would own a Porsche one day, I should say. That's what happens.
Porsche guys would be like, you didn't say it right.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you stay here for so long. Yeah. But anyways, I worked at Porsche before I.
Oh, you did? Nice.
Yeah, before I moved here, and I worked there for like a little while, and I realized how solid those cars were and how much passion and effort was put into building them. Right. And so I just knew that one day I would need to own one. And this car, when it first came out, I was like, I need to have one day, but it was too expensive, brand new. Right. And
no, that's how I am too. Like when I got the GTR, I'm like, it's 100,000, and then you get it used for like 60. You're like, okay, that's a good deal.
Yeah, and so that's why then when it finally it's not that it really dropped in price, but the CPO, you know, that was a good deal, because it did drop in price, because what you don't know is when you see those prices online, you're like, oh, it's still more expensive. It's the same price as new. Well, the guys that got them new for the most part had to pay the huge markup. Yeah, 45. Maybe 20 grand on this one. I have no idea, you know, but yeah. So basically, when you get it used now it's going down a little bit in price, but when I got it used, it was basically having it for brand new at the price of brand new, which was kind of crazy, but yeah, you only live once, you know. Right. YOLO fish. You only live once. Fuck it, shit happens.
And then how many miles on the car?
I have almost 5,000 right now. Wow, 4,800.
Brand new car. Yeah.
Yeah, I got it with 2,500 roughly.
Wow.
I've been having too much fun in the canyons.
I don't blame you.
Yeah. So
you live a little closer over here to me, I think.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, I drive the 33 or here, and sometimes like I go further, like to the ACH, you know, the 2. Yeah. But that's just a little further for me.
Yeah, this is awesome.
But yeah, this is nice, like around my house, you know, just to have access to those roads.
Right. Yeah, just let off a little steam after work.
Yeah, exactly. The weekend, you know, just have a good time.
And then any plans to modify?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to probably keep it stock for until the warranty expires, you know. And 2022. Okay. Yeah, and 2022. And after that, I will probably do like some headers and maybe exhaust. Probably, yeah. Most likely, if I listen to myself, you know, I would want to do intake, headers, exhaust, and shipping. You know, ECU,
right.
repark, and then that would take me like to.
Right.
That would take me to the more like, you know, around the 400, 420 crank. So
yeah, that's a lot. That's good.
So that would be good fun power, I think, to be in that range. That would be because the only downside of this car sometimes is that it's a little underpowered. It feels like, but it's not bad. You know, I'm not complaining or anything, but it just feels like I could be like, I wouldn't mind feeling a little more of a kick here.
Right.
But yeah, the main thing that I love with this car is the sound.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the flat six NA. You know.
Right.
That's something else. And the as you heard, you know, when we compared the sound of this to yours, yeah, it's just more rowdy, as we talked about it.
Yeah, and the tunnels, you're just. I wonder if the camera picked it up because the mic wasn't plugged in all the way, but hopefully it did.
Oh yeah, that's right. So
yeah.
all the way for. Oh damn, that sucks.
But this is the tunnels coming up, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so when we get to the tunnels, we'll roll down. The
yeah, it is definitely coming up.
All right, cool.
Don't worry, I will get you there.
We'll roll down the windows.
Yep.
Tunnel.
Pretty cool, huh?
That's amazing.
There's another one coming up.
Yeah. That's plenty loud.
Yeah,
I mean, but
right? I mean,
for the tunnel, yeah, it makes it 10 times louder. But yeah, with an exhaust, yeah, that's,
it would be more like this all the time.
Yeah.
All right, then tunnel number 2.
Tunnel number 2. Take 2. Wow.
I'm a big fan of the sound of this car.
No, that's awesome. And then what's the red line?
It's like 7600.
7600.
Yeah. So it's, you know, it's not bad at all. It's definitely not 9000 like yours, but
yeah, the 9000 is a little excessive.
I mean, the one thing that I'm thinking is the new 991.2 with the manual transmission.
Yeah.
How do you control? I mean, that must be kind of tricky to not redline, you know, when you go to that 9000 with a manual transmission.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of why I got the PDK, because you can over rev it sometimes. But
yeah, I know it's not going to void your warranty to over rev it, you know, like.
Well, you have the rev match though.
Yeah, but the rev match is when I go down in gear, and I don't know if the thing is I can still money shift it, you know, if I go from, let's say, like from 5th to 1st to 2nd right now.
Oh. Okay.
Even with rev match, it would still mess it up.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it would just probably like go to red line, because to try to compensate, and if I let go, it's over, you know. It just
right.
I don't, honestly, I don't want to try.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
I don't know if the computer is smart enough to just stop right at red line, and that would be a sign, you know, like a here sign for me to be like, oh, what's going on here? Why did it go so high?
Right.
I don't know. This is my car, so I'm not gonna test it. That's the way I feel.
No, for sure. Yeah, I'd be careful.
Yeah, the good old money shift, you know.
And how do you feel like because the only stick cars I've driven is like Subaru, MR2, and what else? Like a old Volkswagen Beetle. But how is like the shift? Any like grind or synchros? Like
no, it's perfect actually. It's very tight. I mean, just try right now. I mean, neutral right now if you want to try.
Okay, go to.
Yeah,
5th?
go for it. Yeah, go to 5th. Yeah. See how it is.
Wow,
Very.
Okay. And you can do a short throw.
I'm pretty sure you can, but this one is actually the same short throw as the 911R. I'm pretty sure. And it's very, very nice and
no, it
tidy.
felt really smooth. Like.
See, yeah, and it's right there next to your hand.
Right.
Which I like.
Yeah, the Subaru, I mean, Japanese to German, you can't compare, but if you go to 3rd too hard,
okay,
like if you're just shifting hard, then it will crunch a little bit.
Oh, really?
You know, it's a brand new car.
Well, I know that there are some, I mean, not everything is perfect. Unfortunately, there are some issues with the 3rd gear on this car, where...
Yeah. I think every car, 3rd gear, that's the 3rd gear too I was talking about.
But the 3rd gear issue with this one is if you track the car, I mean, or even canyons, eventually, the ring of the 3rd gear, you know, the welding around the gear will break. And you know, when you go in third gear, you're just gonna freewheeling the gearbox, and they have to replace the gearbox.
Wow.
Which they do under warranty, but it sucks because it's almost like you want it to happen right away, so you just get a new one that's hopefully beefed up,
right?
And you're done with it. And if you just kind of like wait, and it never happened, you're like, oh no, that sucks because it means that warranty is over and now it's gonna happen, and I'm gonna have to pay 10 grand to replace the gearbox. You know, whatever, however much that is.
Yeah.
That's something that
Porsche do it, or a professional.
Yeah, that's something that would kind of like bug me.
Do you work on your car yourself? Like,
I mean, I don't really have room in my garage to do it, but I'm planning on doing my oil changes at least myself eventually.
Right.
Because that's easy enough, and
no, for sure.
you save so much money. But I definitely detail and clean the car myself, you know, which is not working on your car, but that's, I mean, you know, I'm connected to my car. Yeah, it's
still a little maintenance, yeah.
You just, I'm very close to my car. I just see, I know all the little details are right or wrong. And
have you ever spent the night in it?
Oh, I wish.
No.
I think it would break my back. I guess I could sleep in the front.
Oh, there you go.
I think it's pretty small, so I could probably fit in there.
Pop the top for air.
See if I turn that off. And right now I have the sport exhaust on, and I actually just never ever drive without thing off.
Really?
Yeah, it's always on.
Sometimes if I'm on a phone call, I'll turn it off.
But the thing is, that's a big difference between your car and my car, because like I told you, when I drove them pretty much almost back to back in a sense.
Yeah.
There is a huge difference in sound in the GT3 to me. When I'm on the phone in this car, it's fine, I can talk, it's all good, but in the GT3 it sounded like it was really more loud in it, less detonate. You know, I don't know.
No, for sure. Yeah, like when I get a phone call,
you can barely hear.
Fully up on my phone, and it sucks. Yeah.
But see here now, it's not that. And here, if I go in 6th gear, it's really quiet.
Right.
And if I turn it off, see, it makes pretty no difference.
Right.
See, it's a little more loud.
Yeah, the higher I print, you can probably tell.
Yeah. It's not a big. And you have the PASM, you know, like
the suspension button in the Sport,
which you basically never use on the road because otherwise you break your back.
And then do you ever turn traction control off?
No, not on the road. I would on the track, but not on the road. It's probably like the last place.
Yeah, this thing's fun.
Yeah, it's do you feel a difference?
I mean, I'm not driving it, but I feel like it handles better. I feel like it's lighter than my car.
I mean, the thing with the GT3 though, having the engine on the back wheels too, you have more traction. But that's right, when you lose that traction, you really lose it because you have the inertia of that engine pushing out.
When I had the tires cold getting on the freeway, I completely like...
Yeah. Actually, the same happened to me one morning. It's pretty crazy when you're just waking up and you're like, whoa, what's going on here?
Right.
Thank God for traction. Even if it kicks in late, at least it kicks in.
Yeah, it kicked in a little too late. I'm like, oh, that would have been... the car would have been gone. Do you mind telling the viewers what you do for a living to afford something like this?
I work in engineering, you know, in a software company.
Okay.
But it's more like I said, it's more like I feel like it's just more like if you have a dream, you know, you can probably just, because that's a dream car of mine, you know, like I told you, and I'm basically making it happen where I just use my savings basically, which is not the smartest thing to do.
Right.
And I made a loan over a longer time than I should do, really.
Right.
But I figured that worst case scenario, if I need to sell it, the value should be It definitely would have dropped. Don't get me wrong, but not extremely, or to a point where I should basically be okay, you know. And like I told you earlier, you never know. I could die tomorrow, you know. So I'm just taking each day and having the most fun And sometimes I'm not doing this is probably not the smartest thing I've ever done in my life, but it's definitely the funnest, you know.
Oh yeah, no regrets.
No, actually, you know when you buy something and you get the buyer's remorse. I didn't even get it with this car. I was like, I was stoked right away. I was like, I'm that's it.
No regrets. You don't want the GT3 RS or anything.
Oh, that I could not even afford, so it doesn't matter. This is as high as I can get here.
Right.
Yeah. So.
No, same. I'm pretty maxed out with my car too.
Yeah, it's. I don't need more. I don't need more. You know. Of course, you can. If you say here, I give you my GT3, then sure I'll take it. But you know, I'm stoked with this.
Nice. Awesome.
I love it.
Thanks so much for tuning in. And then I have one last question for you. Do you mind if I drive it 1 mile?
Yeah, we can work something out. Okay. But maybe next time though.
Okay, no worries.
If that's cool with you.
Yeah.
Because I gotta go.
All right, guys, back home, safe and sound. Thanks so much, Julien, for letting me take a ride in the GT4. Give Julien, guys, a thumbs up for that, and be sure to subscribe for more owner reviews and interviews. I think I like those series, and comment down below what you thought of the video as well. I want to, review the car and also interview the owner and see how he likes the car and also what they do for a living to afford those cars, because everyone asks me what I do for a living. So it's, you can do so many different things to be able to afford stuff like this. So it's good to know what other people are doing. He went to school and he's an engineer, so that was pretty cool to know, and he's from France. So awesome to hear, he's from out of the country, moved to the United States, and now he's doing his thing, being successful. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next video. I plan on doing a GT350 Mustang, and also a couple other different cars, also a Carrera GTS. We're gonna review. A buddy has that, it's in manual. I haven't driven a manual in 2 years, so probably that's why I couldn't drive Julien's car. No, I'm just kidding. But no, super blessed to even taking a ride in it. It was awesome. We were going at it in the Snake. That was pretty cool. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next episode. Have a golden day.